When I think about watches from China, specifically watches that you can sort of buy from Aliexpress, I think watches like San Martin. It's a great company, they produce great watches, amazing quality, great value, and everybody seems to have the same opinion, and I think there's a very good reason for that. But I also think Rodelin, because I love the Rodelin watches that I have in my collection. Albeit I've only experienced two of their watches, I have to say those two are absolutely fantastic. But now I think there's another brand from AliExpress and from China that I think is going to be grouped into these. That is the Merkur watches. I've now had hands-on experience with three of their watches, and looking on their website, looking on the stores that are on AliExpress, there's something rather special about them. And I'm now going to put them up into that sort of group of San Martin and Rodelin watches. Watches that I think are extra special from AliExpress and from China. Hello, you're watching James. My name's James. You're watching me, and I'm talking about watches. And today, I want to talk about another brand that I absolutely love from China, Merkur watches. Now, these ones you can get from AliExpress, but they are also available from the merkurwatch.com website. Now, they reached out to me recently and said, hey, we sell these watches online. Would you like a discount code to share with your viewers? And I said, yep, that would be lovely. So I'm going to leave a link to their website below and a little discount code from you. Now, as always, with watches from China, I always say, find it for the best price that you can. Have a look at this website, see if that discount code is a good discount, gives you the best price, but also check out listings on AliExpress. And if you're interested in one of these Merkur watches, I'm not surprised because they are offering some really amazing looking watches at really affordable prices. And now that I've had hands-on with three of them, they are in that sort of group where I think, wow, these are something special. And I really like their designs, I really like the finishing, and the pricing is absolutely fantastic. Now, when you check out the website from Merkur, you'll see that there's actually multiple brands. There is Cezanne, Pierre Paulin, and the FOD watches. Now, these are sort of sub-brands or brands that they've bought or all under the one umbrella. But from what I can see, the Merkur watches tend to be more everyday watches, a little bit of a military style to them, a little bit of a dive style to them. The Cezanne tends to be more military and dive. The Pierre Paulins tend to be a little bit more dressy. And the FOD seem to be really concentrating on military. They do overlap a little bit, but they offer some different stuff, something that's pretty worthwhile sort of checking out all of them because they tend to be the same quality, same sort of movements, even sometimes the same cases, but they give you something a little bit different depending on which one you look at. And when I have these watches in hand, when I'm looking at them, when I'm experiencing them, when I have them on wrist, I notice something about them. I notice that they are unique. They are sort of unique designs. Yes, they might be taking some aspects from sort of vintage watches, but they're also really well made. They're affordable. They're easy to find, and there's just a huge range of them. I love how they're using the same case with different dials, different sizes. They tend to be sort of around that 38 millimeters as well, which is a really nice sweet spot for me personally. But I just really enjoy them. They're also using sort of thinner, sort of hand-wound mechanical movements often, so they sort of sit down nicely on wrist too. The mechanical movements they do use are some sort of generic sort of Chinese mechanical movement, so I'm not sure how long they'll last long term, but in my own personal experience, I've been enjoying them. They work well, they're maintaining time. I'm very happy with them, especially at this sort of affordable price range. And the first one I bought was this military style watch with a sub second hand. And it really grabbed my attention because I was looking for a watch that had this kind of feel and look to it. And this Merkur not only stood out to me in regards to looks, but the quality stood out to me. And again, that price was so fantastic. But the one that stood out to me the most from their range is this skin diver, this dual crown skin diver, which once I had it in hand, it blew me away. It blew me away because the quality of it is so much better than I expected. The feel of it is so much better than I expected. The strap is so much better than I expected. And when I did my first impressions of this watch, I actually made a couple of mistakes. I didn't realize at the time it was a first impressions video. I do make mistakes, especially when it is early on with my hands-on experience with it. I said there was a spelling mistake on the dial. In fact, apparently it's in French. So sorry for anybody who's out there that's French speaking. I got that wrong. Also, that second crown that does the internal bezel, I said it doesn't work properly. And that wasn't quite right either. It does work, it just takes a little bit of patience to get it to work perfectly, especially when you're sort of screwing it down. And I'm really excited to see what they come out with next because this is a kind of brand that keep pushing out new watches, which gives us all these opportunities to own some really cool watches at an affordable price. And when they're this good quality, I'm definitely going to be buying from them again. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, maybe check these two out next.